Hi everybody, my name is Tom Stewart. Welcome to Line of the Week number 234, Motif Development Using Melodic Rhythms. It's time again to take a rhythm, add notes to it, and then improvise with it over tunes. This form of improvisation is called motif development. This week I purchased Hal Crook's book, Beyond Time and Changes. This book addresses free improvisation. I am not a free improvisation player, but the book addresses in detail motif development as it applies to standard improvisation. I don't have any financial interest in the book. I recommend the book because I found it to be really helpful, just like his other books, How to Improvise and Ready, Aim, Improvise. While we're on the subject of books, I highly recommend all of Jerry Bergonzi's books. This week's line is made up of a chord progression in the key of G major. The motif development tools I'm using in this example are melodic variation, fragmentation, augmentation, and extension. Melodic variation refers to the same rhythm with different notes. Fragmentation means an identifiable part of a motif. Augmentation means lengthening notes in a motif. Extension means new material added before or after a motif or fragment. Before I get to the line of the week, and so we are all on the same page, here are the chords to the progression. The chords are G major 7, A minor 7, E flat diminished 7, E minor 7, F major 7, C major 7, A minor 7, D7, resolving to G major 7. Here are the chord scales I'm using for this week's line. The chord scales are important because they contain chord tones and agreeable tensions. I use the notes from this chord sound to form shapes on the fretboard. I go from shape to shape, often resolving tension by half step at or near the point of chord change. You can use any vocabulary you prefer because the focus here is on melodic rhythms. You could use chord tones, guide tones, chord scales, or a combination. Also, many chords have more than one chord scale choice. The chord scales I'm using for today's chord progression are D pentatonic, G major, E flat diminished whole half, G pentatonic, C major, G major, G major, E flat melodic minor, resolving to D pentatonic. Here's the melodic rhythm I'm using this week. You can try it in your own music regardless of style. Here's the line of the week with Guitar Pro backing to make sure I'm getting the notes and the rhythm accurate. Let's look specifically at the line of the week. In measure 1, there's the original motif, meaning the melodic rhythm with notes that fit the harmony. Measure 2 contains a melodic variation of the original motif. Measure 3 contains another melodic variation of the original motif, followed by a quarter note extension in measure 4. Also, the first two notes in measure 3 are quarter notes rather than eighth notes found in the original motif, so this is an example of augmentation. Measure 5 begins with a fragment of the original motif, consisting of the first two eighth notes. The rest of the measure contains an extension. Measure 6 also begins with a fragment of the original motif, followed by an extension. Measure 7 also begins with a fragment of the original motif, followed by an extension. Measure 8 contains a melodic variation of the original motif. The first two quarter notes are longer than the eighth notes found in the original motif. This is another example of augmentation. Measure 9 contains a half note extension of the variation found in measure 8 to end the line. Let me shift gears and ask you to head over to my website, stewartjazz.com, where you will find an instructional video which deals with the fingerstyle shapes I use. All my major, pentatonic, melodic, minor, and diminished shapes are included in the video and associated PDF files. The files contain regular notation, tab, left-hand fingering, right-hand fingering, hammer-ons, and pull-offs. The video and files are $10, and your purchase helps to support the channel. So that's all for this week. Take the melodic rhythm and see what you can do with it in your own music. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next week.